Okay, welcome. A lot going on. I was looking around this area. A lot going on. I was looking into the demiurge. It's like a lion-faced snake. Creator, God. Creator, God. All sorts of things. That was interesting and illuminating. So, I was just looking around here because I thought I was maybe of all the things in my I was just watching my last video because that's how I kind of like calmed down and like, alright, I'm gonna check out what I did last to maybe get like refocused. Refocused, I guess, even though it's 12:30. I'm just chilling. I'm like, well, what did I say? I just basically want to see what was up. And I was specifically talking about this and this appearing to have a relationship in terms of their shape to a point where I'm feeling pretty good about it, although it did occur to me to actually bother to measure. I was like, well, like, let's say this is here and this is like over there, like, then where do I, like, just off the bat, just if I were to simply attempt to measure, I would probably start from here to here and get a distance, and then from here to here, and I did so, not even close. It's like, well, that's not good. Like, it was 75, 45, maybe 40. But then I thought, well, I noticed at some point that I was talking about this position being like here, and I was thinking, well, maybe like specifically this region goes in like here is from like this location, and so there's like a bend here. Like it goes up and then over generally this way, but like was more, maybe even more in a way where like 30, 35 kilometers or whatever it was, miles, I forget it, whatever it was, the measure. That amount is maybe like a certain distance here that I just kind of see as a straight line because like it is kind of straight. This little this segment here is pretty indented in. I don't know what to make of it. I was thinking maybe at this point it would be good to really try to measure and do things of that nature. Like I noticed I was honestly feeling pretty intrigued by the possibility that this ridge and then this general shape here, like especially this boundary and this and maybe to here, like this region compared to this. It looks like it could plausibly have been from there. And then this looks like it could have been like a next chunk. It made me think of like hexagonal chunks that the whole sphere is composed of, pretty much, or different polygonal shapes um, like this. So like maybe like this polygon and this polygon and this polygon and this polygon are actually very tied to one another because that's where they were physically. Let's go to... I didn't really intend to record right now. This is the right one. Okay, good. Why was I doing this? Oh yeah, I'm looking over here. I just wanted to see where I placed that arm. Hannah Ridge is over here. And I kind of just figured maybe that thing was like attached to something, although it doesn't look like it here, but maybe it was tied to this. Although it doesn't look like it if it was here and here for these chunks. It, it really, although maybe it just like, it feels in my mind tied to Mauna Loa somehow. Or Kea, I mean. Like it was bonded through here. But then I placed this here, this between it. Maybe it was more tied to here. Like it does kind of have some sort of rounded features. Maybe even specifically right there. I don't know. Or this one, where this region is kind of the intermediary region here. Something of that nature. I mean, it occurred to me by putting the arms actually atop one another like this, it doesn't really do what I initially did, which is like does it need the arms? I don't think it actually needs the arms now that I look at it, because Kilauea just goes up to, it doesn't need this arm, it needs this arm. So it basically needs the length of an arm. Okay, so actually what I did is good in that regard. Which arm is above and which is below? It looks like, actually, we can tell based on that feature. Now that I think about it, it's not visible here very much, but it's visible here. This feature would strongly suggest that Kilauea, this region, Puna Canyon, is tied to here. And so, therefore, this one, Hannah Ridge, went above it here. And some reason this is, maybe it's tied to just like this mountain chain, because it is kind of, it is the only mountain chain like it in Hawaii. Like there's this one, I guess. Maybe both tied to both of them. Like a small one and a large one. Oh my god. Does it go? Oh shit. Oh, that might be. Oh, I even have it right there pretty much. It doesn't quite have the right angle for this one. It seems to me like based on that, it would make more sense if it came in more like from this angle and not like over here. But it's interesting, noted. Maybe it is more tied to here, and this one's Kohala. So Kohala is all the way over here, the extinct volcano here. Wait. Did I do this right? think it's just the bending. Like this needs to be over here. Let me go to this. Kohala is here. Okay. Okay, I'm good. Kilauea is here. Okay. I guess this map is not quite right down here then. Darn. I think this is the most up-to-date one that I did that I felt the best about, because this is pretty good. It's like detectable that it's offline to kind of like be like, hey, this is like a sheet that's like wrapped around, you know, like say no Google Earth. How much can we zoom in on this anyway? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. I'm thinking this one is more tied to the adjacent region over here, and then there's like a separator type here. Maybe if we think about it like sequentially, like it would make sense then, because it's almost like this one is actually tied to the extinct Kohala volcano. This one tied to this one. Wait, is that the case? No. No. It's gotta be tied to like here. The nucleus. Why? So it occurred to me that I didn't like point it out, but this is probably a good thing to point out about this. I mentioned the concept in that video of like a rock with a layer, and then the matrix on the side, where this layer up top is like a single sheet that can like break completely, and down here is just like a cemented like matrix that's more just like flaky, breaks apart into small bits. So my thought is Mauna Kea is much more like this, and that where the plate above isn't just that, but it's physically like the entire region, perhaps to here, but also like over here, where there's almost like two pillars that this whole island rests on, like one of which is like this, and the other of which is like a molten like magma chamber that physically holds the crust's weight on it to a degree, where the weight is also like largely supported by a system more like this. But in the instance where it's like a large body, and the like sheet on top of it pushes down into it, it like mounds it up enough to actually see a mound, and then it must be outgassing because it's a particle, again, like this, that kind of has like focused, like it's not evenly distributed both down at the bottom and at the top. So by having this weight on it, it causes a current to flow, like a lot of pressure through the central region, which then leads to maybe this type of effect where it's not really not a volcano because it's more like this, but it just has the weight of the material on top of it. Whereas over here is a liquid mantle material that's yet to cool and eruptive, literally to this day. So there's that. Why was I talking about that? Okay, with that in mind, yeah. This thing. Oh, I have Kilauea next to this. Oh, wait. Oh. And then this. So it does seem like it has to be separated. It does seem like it has to be separated. Like this is hooking onto this pretty much. And then the length here. So I did just wishful thinking because it was because I was able to make a globe out of it. But by putting the arm over top, I was able to make the globe out of it. But I do think maybe that is an issue with this globe because I don't think that's the case. Which means I think one of the issues I'm running into is that I probably was generally centered across here. And maybe the center of mass is lower, so like it's already starting to like curve back here so that this region is like much smaller. And it bulges out more down to feel like have this region, which is it's just hard to map. It's hard to map. I can visualize it in my head more so than I can visualize it wrapping around, especially even just like doing it on on an orange. Bird alert. Bird alert. Bird alert. Like here I have the arm, and this, it made sense. Here's the arm. It made sense in this regard, where I know it's an orange, but where there's the North Pole and then the extending regions, which then all meet at the same location and then have these protruding arms that wrap around in this W shape. And then the bottom, which is a substantial amount of it, is actually the Big Island. Maybe not the degree of the that I made the orange, but more than I think I am doing on the map, so it's a little out of balance, which is making me essentially tend to like I disconnected these and just overlaid them because it seems like doable, where them like not overlaid is not. Seemingly, in terms of making a feasible rectangle for me. Let's see. Like this is how many attempts I did. 2A through J, 1 through 5, all these different stretches. Just the islands like that. Like that. So here I did it like that, but I think this is me trying to arrange them. At this point, I still... It's really just trying to put them together, but because it's on 2 dimensions, I visually felt driven to like bring this one in. Really, it looks like this should have been like connected to here and wrapping down this way. But it's just so hard to map it. Way off then. At this point, I've already made the mistake and it's just lingering and lingering. It's still there. It's there the whole way. At no point did I even try. I was too excited by the fact that I made it kind of fit, although I really need to make sure the measurements are good enough that I should even bother going forward with this. Maybe that would be a good thing to do right now, to just go ahead and measure. Pardon me. Let's see. Like here to generally around here, like that looks way longer than say here to here. Let's just go ahead and add that. I mean, that only added like 45 miles. A little more feasible at that point with this added. Okay. Here to here is gonna be like here to make like here, and then chakra is the corner. 18.5, 39.5. So like here. Not the worst. Not the worst. Okay, not the worst. So really this corner should be more over here, was it? Or no? No, I measured like there. Okay, so keeping this one just here, like it, as if the bond that broke over here causing these things didn't break here, between here. So it's still in position. So then that to there goes well. And then let's go down to here, which will then be down to this corner. I guess I should just start here to here, and then, okay, 33.3, 52.4, okay, so going from this chakra here to the corner, pretty good, okay, and then I was thinking here for this one, and then this one more up to there, so let's just keep going. I forgot what it was. I think it was around there, but I forgot what it was. 71. Okay. So this should be around 33. Yeah, okay. 58.71. Okay, I don't know why that was so low there, but pretty much to the, okay, that's not bad. We're to reach to here, from here, plus here to essentially here-ish. So we're at least like matching-ish so far. Now to go from here to, I feel like if we kind of add a little bend, like it had a bend initially, and then to here might be better. Let's just see 72. Just do just the straight 72. Okay. So then from the here to basically that feature, which starts just before or just after the island, pretty much. So around here. Yeah, probably here. So from here, 72. I was like, what was it? To here, plus to here. Little long, little long. But then again, this is a this is kind of anomalous in the like substantiveness, substantialness, whatever the word is that would be like good. Like the corner is quite pronounced. Which does bring to mind this island is very, very shaped like a spearhead, which gives me the impression that it's related to bonds breaking, and so maybe like it, sort of like this, which occurs underground in the magnetic anomaly map frequently. And not just here, it's also even on this island within Hawaii. This one as well. So it is a feature that occurs that, which is why I thought these may be accreted as well as this one, but maybe there is some degree of something going on here that is related to this that caused like almost like an oceanic crust equivalent rather than continental crust for the sphere of Hawaii that then led to like a lower seamount material, but not an actual island, but also extended this angle out to like some reason just go out here and just make this not, I don't see like, maybe these currents are like these are kind of odd. I don't know what to make of them. That's why I was like, maybe it's accreted, because it's very odd looking. But that would be a lot of accretion. Unless it's like porous, not like just dense, but like has openings and is able to just take up more volume. I feel like I was gonna say, I was just thinking, I was gonna say something. I just got caught up on thinking that maybe I should like measure. So let's just say that hypothetically, this line is more suggestive of like a previous line. Because that added like 8 kilometers. Like maybe this right here. Like I kind of went around to this corner. If I just skip that corner and go to here. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Pretty much from here. Skip corner. And then go up to here. It's closer, obviously. No, I think it was 72. I was trying to really like put it at the boundary here to not look like I was cheating. I don't want to cheat and I don't want to cheat. I want to like I feel like this is the case, unfortunately, enough where I'm a little like not wanting to stop looking into it, even though my I mean, I guess if I account for the shape more, I kind of cheated to do that, but maybe go to that one, to that one, to that one, to there. That's 71, and then if I just give it a little boop, I mean, I guess it's feasible enough. It's just comparable enough where I could say, okay, that goes from there to there, but let's keep going then, maybe. Like, this doesn't really have the shape here. Like, this goes straight. This looks like it. Oh, yeah, this one's on the inside, if it's there. So it'd almost have to, like, have been involved over here. Maybe that plays into this, though. And maybe it was connected to, like, this and this were actually connected underneath here, around there, around here, and then underneath this way. Okay, let's then measure that and that. So this one, measure there, 40.5. From here, let's see what the corner is. Like there, 19. So there's that like round thing. So maybe let's go by this map right there where that ridge. So right there, if it like connected energetically through here, I don't know why it wouldn't show like a significant change or in the elevation here. Although it says channel, but I think the channel is referring to here. But pretty much it's all the way back there. I'm just like trying to get it to the distance almost if I do that. Let's just see. 50. That's pretty far. I think this was only 40. Like to at least here. And then to like here is 45. 40, 45, thereabouts. Just thought that looked like a snowflake. Okay, so from here again to here again should be around 19. Okay, maybe, alright, something like that. Okay, and then it's around here. So that, I mean, that's pretty good. I don't know why. Let's maybe even make it. It seems to me though like it actually went under it and not like this. Even though it's, I feel like it would show up in the terrain. Maybe there will be a landslide here. Some kind of like collapse of some inward collapse here. Create a channel, kind of like over here. Although this wasn't the same type of thing going on, probably. Probably. I mean, I'm open. That's all. Like, yeah, it could be. Okay, let's measure the other side. From here, or actually around it. This to here is probably good. 22.76. I did what? From point to point. Okay. So like here, I don't know, maybe here. To like here. That's pretty good. Okay. Cool. And then 25. I did from around here. Let's see, just like up there. I don't want to get to 25, past 25 if it's shorter than. Okay, so it goes this length. That's pretty good. Maybe then, could this have. No. Yeah, I was thinking that this region went around here. Why won't he stop? It's not the case. It does have a very similar shape to this and size. Enough where I'm like, well, maybe that's where that was. But it's, the thing is like, where's the material? Unless it was like this is added material, but like the connection was actually back here or back here. It's actually a straight connection, maybe just right here to right here. But then as it's separated, maybe it like still bonded and caused a current from a basically an anode to cathode or cathode to anode, depending on perspective, I guess, from a molten system to a dense system, maybe like a particle that it was energetically bonded to. I'm not sure if what I just said made sense in some ways based on everything else I'm saying. If like people are considering what I've said thus far, I'm not sure if that made sense, but so that would mean there's like a significant relationship to this whole stretch over here, Kilauea region, to this slump. Pretty much up to here. This is where all the ammonites are. If we go to the map here, there's just a bunch of ammonites. Here's one. They're in like a row here. One within another. Here's one that goes out here. It's a little less detectable, maybe. They're throughout this region, though. Here it is. Even all of it. Which means there's some kind of spiraling energy here that maybe this was accreted somehow. Like after the process from Mauna Loa, like it emitted enough material to like re-stabilize the underbelly that was removed. I wonder if there's a relationship in their shapes. It sure has similar lines, like this way and this way. Like they go across it. I just wish this could be it. I'm so tired. Like, this is looking like I'm finding some plausibility again. You know, once I started measuring a distance, I was like, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if this fails completely now. Ow. No, 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 no. Not completely. Maybe that is also related to Loa, that this region had like a segment removed, but this, because it's like the core of the particle still, like the most of the mantle material was in Mauna Loa and not elsewhere, then it was able to just reshape the region enough to uplift the crust that would have otherwise slumped to a degree where it was in the ocean because of this removal of its material over here. But here it didn't refill it, so it's just... Well, maybe it just reformed it, because, I mean, there are ammonites. It probably just totally reformed the entire region, actually. Like it... Because it removed the material itself, the layer, and it just reformed a new upper layer as well. So like that kind of thing, certainly the more I look into this, I can then better inspect the geology of it all. Like that would be something for me to like consider geologically. Like, is this region considered to be formed in some specific way that corroborates that more so than like elsewhere in their formation processes? Okay, so with that going, let's go ahead and continue measuring. Right? I'm only half, I'm like, whew, but I didn't do this one at all. Like, oh my god. If I start from here, measure here, 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 80, let's say, and then this corner generally here. Okay, I should have paid more attention. Well, that's about 80, so that's good. Okay, that's good. This is interesting. It's like a current flowed, fanned out. I don't know. Okay, and then from this corner to this corner, 37. This corner to this corner, at least here, but probably, I want to say like there to that node. But let's start here. Also, this had a landslide that I'm not considering right now. Maybe it's more out like this chakra and just out further to where it's just closer. I mean, if it's going from the like this extended chakra out here, seemingly, although that might be more so landslide. Let's go from here again. Okay, yeah, it's feasibly able to reach that. Okay, cool. Then from maybe here to here. I almost feel like I gotta go up a little bit because I think that one over there does. 52, 57. Let's go 52. Okay, there to there. Should be there to there. It might be a little short because of like things here though. Okay, there and then there. Alright, alright. I mean, pretty much was to here. 26, 44, and then to this point where they started to separate from, 73. Let's look at the map. This here. This one's not very... Or no, that's not where I'm... Is that what I'm trying to measure? What am I doing? Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. That's right. Okay. I'm trying to measure from here to here, pretty much. From here. Seems like here. Maybe if I start, because it has like a... It has a 1, 2, 3, like a angle here that's sharper than here. So it's almost like it has 3 here along this segment. So I really should do 1, 2, 3, and account for this stretch for this. Which is a little hard here to tell where that was. It's like way back here. Like here. So let's start from there and go up here, down here, 27. Over there, I don't know. And then out to here at least, 30, 59. And then out to here at that point goes to about 70. That one's probably the worst fitting one of them all. Is going from the last stretch here, which I maybe, if I start from here, let's see, just from like actually here, which was more the best fit almost from down here. Like this. 112, let's say, from here. A little longer. This could have extended. Let's look at this map again. This is one of those things where it'd be nice if I knew more specifics. Or just had people who do know more specifics interacting with me and not just thinking I'm insane for considering these things that are, not traditionally considered or haven't been considered. And just because they haven't been considered doesn't mean they shouldn't be considered. So shouldn't that be a good thing? At least we can check that off. Hawaii was not a sphere. Or was it? Or was it? It sure looks plausible still. After measuring the distances, though, if that's like the biggest discrepancy is like 10 miles here in like the arm length, where extension, Stretch Armstrong style, maybe could happen the easiest of all places. Then I feel like that's pretty good fit. I was definitely thinking about these C-mounts and the way they're angled. They do, to me they do look like they're caused by the physical breakage of bonds that emit linear features from the point of origin that point back to which bond broke in the process. I think I know that's ridiculous, is what caused these things, specifically the elongated ones. Let's look around the Earth and see how common that kind of thing is in terms of just like, not just the oceans like out here kind of things, but in like here. So this one for sure is like that. This this to a degree. Maybe this looks like it is. So it happens. So it'd have to mean that if it's a bond breaking, that there's that kind of thing going on all over the place. Whoa. It's a man. Arms raised. This is crazy right here. He's even pointing at it. I believe I interpreted that as a place where the currents are going up this way and colliding with currents from this way. Let's look at the map. Let's check it out. It's kind of curious, that little diamond shape. I should go to bed, I guess. So it's out here, I believe it was. Yeah, it's on this side. So here's where the current was going, and then over here is really related to when the Earth began to rapidly expand. This ocean crust was formed. So really, it almost looks like if Hawaii was a sphere and it began to roll into the Pacific Ocean onto the crust itself, that maybe it physically like broke the overlying layer enough to cause it to just collapse, and then new oceanic crust was formed in this specific region here. And then that's right, we have like an X where this current comes across here, and this goes up here. And it almost like, why is that there though? Like that's there where all that stuff's going on here. But this, there's a curvature here that has that there, whatever, that's some sort of particle. I'm just wondering if, like, as Hawaii went into the Pacific, if it caused the oceanic crust to break, and then the current that was coming across here began to flow in here. And sweep around while this current flowed in here. I don't know, where's the plate boundaries? It's even an ammonite. It's incredible. Motion's going this way, so it's being fed by under North America, and then Hawaiian Island just rolled down through it. Let's look at that. Up here. I'm just curious. Like this region. This is green. Let's see. Because here it shows this blue, like far out, pretty far. Can't tell. It's almost like this region maybe was forming a sphere within it as like the nucleus of the vortex. And then it went up here. Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out how this particle happened. I don't want to get too tangentially moving again. If it rolls down here, breaks this. As it breaks it, it's rolling. Maybe it emits from like a cracks that then drain this way to fill like the lowest regions. Although this way is actually, I don't know. I was just thinking maybe like right here. Which is right there in that one. So it's probably like right there. It's generally within this blue region, but at the edge, at the boundary, with the nose in, body across the boundary. But then, like, it's got all these things. To the point where I was thinking, I don't know if it's possible, but like if it's rolling here is actually it rolling like in position here and just shedding material that then flows up in the currents. Maybe it's here. She's then causing it to basically be under this freaking Nova Eye of the World center, where the Eye of the World is just novaing its nose where the particle of Hawaii is, maybe, which is then causing the particles, like constituents, to break up and be like pushed, but like specifically like this, and then here sends like a chunks that go up here and like go to the edge and then start to fill between a current going this way and a current going this way, which is why there's here, but up here it's not. Like here there's the eye that this, but up here like isn't there, so the current goes past it up here to a point where it creates this line of resistance between this current and the current over here, so that as this system is just losing material, it gets caught in the current coming up, essentially. Oops. Caught in the current going up this way, maybe, and then goes up here. Fills this region, but then the cross current again. The cross current over here is physically running into this like Nova center where the Earth has opened, so it's really not able to propagate past it enough to have the influence that it has up here. So it then creates a line where here's Hawaii. This line goes back here, right back here, right back to the mantle puncture hole. Wow. And if we follow it further, it goes back this way, through here somewhere. Down here, I think down here, and then cross, maybe through here, or no, above here, above this. But then this way, right here, this channel. Am I doing it right? I almost had to start at Hawaii, because I see it here. There it is. There it is. Okay. So this kind of produces a boundary, which was generally caused by this current, like a boundary between the currents. that then causes it to propagate the mantle puncture hole's current to propagate this way. Once the Earth starts to expand, it then goes this way rather than going. It's almost like a lever was changed where it like went up here initially, and then the lever, like a railroad track, was changed and the current went this way instead. And then it flowed out into here, where it then physically did a couple things. Like it ran into this current, so it started to like dance through it. Dance, dance. Maybe even going down here and up here and playing into like this shape here. But then here's that feature, the dragon, the nose is here within, like at the, maybe even at the hexagonal corner of this feature, like related to it, like it's actually forming at this corner of the hexagon. Some reason that's like the optimal place. It looks like there's actually like a beam going towards it practically, which is maybe, looks like it's from this way, from the Himalayas. The current that caused the Himalayas cuts across here and beams across this to this corner, where it then runs into so much resistance from the opposing current that it's breaking up the particle, forming the particle. Then the particle's constituents, though, are blasted off in the current in like larger chunks, maybe, while it's still opening, I guess. Like it starts way back here, maybe, which then deposits, but it's all the way like up here at that time, and then it opens a little bit, deposits a little bit from here, from this like focal point. Maybe this focal point was just continuously kind of a one, but it was more so up here where this like Himalayan current kind of like wrapped around this way and went to maybe like around there and just focused here, but then it moved down this way as the focus changed until now we have it here. And then as it was doing that, the particle that was forming up here I guess just broke into pieces, and here seems like a major part in the sequence. So that seems related to the mantle puncture hole combined with the Himalayan current, maybe? Oh yeah, that's where they cross. They cross right there. Himalayan current generally coming over here from an upper angle. And then the mantle puncture hole current coming in here. And then the earth expansion, they cross, or over here. There it is. That produces the upper one, the mantle puncture hole. Seems like it's this. Like it ends up causing this feature, the mantle puncture holes current. And then down here, maybe it's like a balance between the two that comes off of it, more like here. Whereas this one goes down and goes back up. Maybe there's generally a central current that follows this segment here. Yeah, one goes this way. One goes that way, the other goes this way. They cross right around there, produce a bunch of things there. I think this one continues though, so is that really the shape? It might be not actually in the same location. Now I'm losing track of where they cross. And why they cross, I'm not sure. I'm just thinking that it goes like this. But why would it do that? I think I just should go to bed. I'm tired. I'll see y'all sooner or later. Peace out.